What's going on, guys? I suppose 2088 here, and today we are checking out free Forza Edition cars, which looks like you can only get with the overall car pack. So that is the Dodge ACR Forza Edition, the Lotus Aveja, however you pronounce that, Forza Edition, and the Toyota TRD Pro Forza Edition. So, because I can't select the cars here, we are going to select them in the change car section. We're going to leave the car standard. We're going to do, for the two cars that are race related, like this being dirt and the Toyota truck being track, we'll do a time attack. And for the Lotus, because it's a drift build and has drift tyres already on it, we'll do a drift stoner with it, with traction control. We'll make it fair with traction control on, because I think that's how most people play this game anyway. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time and get straight on with it. So the dirt truck we're testing is this one over here. We're going to do 2 laps with each truck, each track, which means to make it fair, the time for the drift zone, we'll do 1 traction control off and 1 traction control on. So let's not waste any more time. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Spoiler alert, I have used this car once already on the buggies when we go fully cross country. And honestly, it feels absolutely dreadful when doing something like that. But on a dirt truck like this, a proper rally stage, this isn't actually that bad. This has actually changed my opinion on this car quite a bit. Because before, I was thinking this is probably the worst Forza edition there is. But it really isn't too bad. So, let's see what our best lap time will be. We are definitely sliding around a lot. So let's see. That's a 106. Let's see if we can beat this by how much. I wonder. And of course I missed the checkpoint. Typical. But I actually hit it that time. 2.5 seconds faster. Would definitely be more faster if we weren't sliding about everywhere. Somehow slower than my last 2 split times. I mean, I'm not racing this the greatest, but let's see what time we get across the line. Yeah, we did lose a little bit of time in that last section, but this is what the interior looks like if anyone was actually interested in looking at that. So next up, we'll use the Lotus, as that is next on the list. So it's at the top of S2 class. In fact, it's at the top of S2, and that is on drift. It's crazy. So let's quickly turn off traction control, because we'll do the first round with traction control off, and then the second one traction control on. And I think one of the drift zones we could do is this one on the entry to Fortune Island. Let's see how well this car will drift. Oh, looks like there's somebody else here that's testing it in the Formula Drift Nissan. Oh, this is an interesting setup. Oh wait, the car's electric. Oh, that is so cool. I mean, not cool, but it's electric. But the car looks cool, and the fact that you've only got B and R is pretty cool. But for an electric vehicle, this actually drifts so well, and even the speedo is completely different, which is crazy. Now look at that, whole different setup to a non-electric vehicle. Right, so instead of just fast traveling, we're just gonna turn traction control on, spin around, and do it in reverse. Well, that is actually an interesting thing that Forza has done. I find it pretty cool, actually. And with traction control turned on, I was gonna say drifts just as well, but it really does not. It feels so weird not being able to switch up and down gears and just letting the battery do all the work. That is weird, like, not sure if I really like it. Traction control. Definitely a car that needs to be used with traction control turned on. This is what the interior looks like. So now to test out our last car, which means we need to find a road. Time attack, which I think the perfect one will be up here for the Toyota. So we're at the destination, and last but not least, we need to test the Toyota Forza Edition. When I collect other Forza Edition cars or other vehicles, I will also be doing videos on them as well. But this is what we've got at the moment. So let's not waste any more time. In 3, 2, 1, and go. The launch is definitely insane. Accidentally sliding it around, but this, it's just a crazy car. Yeah, this is rapid. Let's see how much we can beat the 41 seconds. This kind of reminds me of the Forza Motorsport truck days. Well, at least I'm not sliding about this time. Final stretch. And across the line. This is what the interior looks like in this car again. So these are really cool, actually. While we're here, let's have a nosy at what customization we have as the very last thing. In reverse order, starting with the Toyota, then the electric car, and then the off-roading Dodge. So let's have a look at nosy at the custom upgrades. We have a few engine swaps it looks like. We've got the stock engine, the 8.4 litre V10, and a racing 7.2 litre V8, which is pretty cool. We have your everyday tyre options that we all know on here. I'm not going to mess around with that sort of stuff. As you can see, some of the other upgrading bits. Car mastery wise, instant 10k XP 250,000 credits, a super wheel spin, and a standard wheel spin, which is pretty cool, and some extra skills. If I change to the Lotus now, as you can see, there's no displacement unlike an MX-5 or an RX-7 because it's electric. That's another cool feature I like the skin has done. It's just the small stuff, but it's something that you really notice. But let's have a look in here. Literally nothing. You got tyres, drivetrain, which honestly you can really just change the diffs. I mean, you'd think you'd already have drift diffs on there, so let's just throw them on. And it's already on drift suspension, and wait a sec, we can we can throw in some weight reduction. Honestly, I don't think there's any need to really. As an S2 class drift car, and being electric, I don't think we're getting any better than this anyway. For car mastery, for anyone that's interested, again, instant 10k XP, 150,000 credits, and a wheel spin, super wheel spin. And actually, what was that with the helmet? Near miss skills, cool. And last but not least, we have the Dodge. It's already set in A class, so you'd think PI wise, okay, pretty decent. But let's have a little nosy. We got some engine swaps. We got the stock engine, the 7.7 litre V12, and a recent 7.2 litre V8. So honestly, one way I think it's going to be much better is with a higher V8. Obviously 4-wheel drive, because why it had rear-wheel drive, I do not know. Oh, we can throw it into S2 class. But let's make this thing really stupidly overpowered. So we are on off-road tyres. We might as well go for off-road race tyres. Give it all the grip it's got. And what else have we got? Transmissions. Wait a second. Oh, it doesn't even give you a top speed anymore. Actually, here it does. 220. 226. You're telling me I've got more options from a drift transmission? How does the drift transmission have better specs? Oh, we're just gonna keep throwing the race for now. And race driveline. We've probably made the worst version of this car into probably the best version of this car. We've got race brakes as well. Weight reduction. And of course, loads of power. Although, I don't really want it going into R class, so I think we're gonna pretty much leave it there. And oh my god, that is a lot of money. But we are running 1,230 horsepower, so it goes hand in hand. But last but not least to check is the car mastery, and that gives you an instant 10,000 XP, a super wheel spin, 250,000 credits, and that seems to be it on the importance. So, if you did enjoy the content, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys all next time.